Up there, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be battling John Valentino today, aka Ryusei881, and pretty excited about this matchup because me and John have battled each other plenty of times before, and John actually runs tournaments in our Discord server, which is Mount Silver. The link is in the description below, so you can join that server. There's a lot of Pokemon VGC players in that server. We hold tournaments on Fridays and Saturday nights for VGC. Great community, a lot of great people. John is one of the co-founders of that Discord. I am moderator in that Discord. Great guy, really good battler around our area. He's a great tournament organizer as well. I could definitely see him being a tournament organizer after being a VGC player, or at least retiring from that. Anyway, this is week 5. We are 4-0. Let's get right into this. Now, I'm going to put the Pokemon that you can use on the screen right now. I am also going to put the matchups on the screen right now so that you can see who's playing each other this week, so you can kind of be like, oh cool, I like that matchup, and I'm going to go to that person's channel and watch their video. You can also check out John's version of this battle on his channel. I will leave his channel link in the description down below as one of the first links, so you don't really have to go through the list and try to see who I am talking about. So we're going to be using our EPL Week 5 team. Yes, you see it right there on your screen. If there is a hard Trick Room team, you're seeing it right now. I am using the Reuniclus off of that list of Pokemon. We also have the regular Marowak, not a Alolan form, Stakataka, the Abomasnow, and the Volcarona, which basically is main support Will-O-Wisp Protect. Very, very bulky. You can actually take an Adamant, non-intimidated Rock Slide from Landorus, and then get a Will-O-Wisp off, or even just go for Flamethrowers around and Rage Powder so I can get up a Trick Room. And the I'm having a brain fart right now. It's like my favorite Pokemon. The Scrafty, that's it. John's going to be using, wow, look at this. He's actually using 2 Pokemon off the list, that and the Greninja and the Spirit Tomb. He also has a Typhlosion, Lele and Metagross, and Naganadel. I've seen him use a Naganadel before. I know he's a fan of Naganadel, and I've also battled him before when he was using his Lele and Metagross core. Obviously, Metagross being the only Mega Choice on his team, and Abomasnow being the only Mega Choice on my team. He can switch up the terrains. The only priority attack I have would be that in the Fake Out with my Scrafty. I kind of like my matchup, to be honest with you. I gotta watch out for the Typhlosion, of course, but I mean, I can handle the Metagross pretty well, and my Stakataka does wonderfully against the Metagross. We gotta start poking Pokemon, so let's do that. Obviously, I am hard Trick Room. He's going to want to counter that. I'm going to lead the Reuniclus. I really don't think anything can take it out. I got to take care of that that thing, though. Bring this in the front. I feel like I can use the Volcarona in this matchup, especially against the Metagross, and I have Flame Body on this, so it can get burnt. And I just go for Rage Powders around, especially if he wants to go for like a Moon Blast that goes into Volcarona. It's not going to be doing too much damage. Interested to see what kind of Lele this is. It looks like he has a speedier team other than that, maybe that Spirit Tomb. So maybe we can get around that and take advantage of our Trick Room. Obviously, we're going to want to get that up. He's going to lead the Spirit Tomb because it counters the... it doesn't necessarily counter, but it keeps the Trick Room in check. And he does lead the Greninja. Okay, that's fine. Probably against that Stakataka. So I'm going to go ahead. Maybe he has Taunt on his Greninja, huh? You know what? Do I want to go for a Z Trick Room and then maybe bring in my Abomasnow? Because he's probably going to go for a Scald into the Stakataka. Or I could just go for a Trick Room Protect. I'm going to go for a Trick Room right here. I don't know what the Spirit Tomb wants to go for. And then I'm going to go for a Protect, because I'd imagine usually Stakatakas don't carry Protect. They opt for another move over that. So we're going to go ahead and see how this works out, and we're going to be able to see whether or not he does have Taunt. He's going to go for a Water Pledge. Okay, this is likely going to be going into the Stakataka. Great. Good. And nasty plot. Wow, okay. We're going to have to get rid of that then. Yeah, definitely going to have to get rid of that. I'm wondering how much how much the man, I'm wondering how much the Gyro Ball would do to the Spirit Tomb. I can't ignore it now that it got up a nasty plot, and I let that set it up right in front of my face. What else does he want to switch into the Greninja slot? Not really anything other than maybe the Metagross. He might actually want to switch in the Metagross. Man, this Spirit Tomb is really good against my Reuniclus. I'm gonna bring in my Abomasnow. Now, wondering if the Spirit Tomb's actually going to be slower than that. And I'm just going to go for a Rock Slide. Maybe we can get a flinch on the Spirit Tomb. This should do a good amount of damage to the Greninja. Probably bringing it down to at least 20 to 10%. And we have some Hail Chip here too. The Spirit Tomb is likely going to attack right here. I'm pretty much going for a flinch. That does really good damage, bringing the Greninja down to roughly about 20%. It's going to go for a Shadow Ball into the Reuniclus. We might have been able to take that. The Abomasnow actually takes that fairly well at +2. It's going to go for a Water Pledge. This should take out our Stakataka. It does not. Okay. And we're going to get some Hail Chip right here. Another round of Life Orb should not be able to take us out. And we should be able to go for another Rock Slide and a Blizzard fairly safe. I'm going to go for a Blizzard right here. Don't necessarily know whether or not Spirit Tomb will be slower than that of our Abomasnow. If he has Tailwind on his team but is not going to Del, this might not be min speed Spirit Tomb, therefore we should be able to outspeed it. I could have also went for the Gyro Ball into the Spirit Tomb to guarantee that I hit it, but the Rock Slide would also cover anything that he wants to switch in on the Greninja slot. So let's see how this turn wants to work itself out. We're trying to take advantage of Trick Room turns as many as we can. We actually hit both of the Pokemon. We're going to get our attack boost here because we are Lonely Stakataka. Both our attack and defense are 201, and attack actually has priority over that. Wow, it's Berry. Okay, it kind of makes sense because it's a setup Spirit Tomb. So this Blizzard's definitely not taking out the Spirit Tomb. It's confused now because it ate the berry that actually it has a definite, like, if you eat any flinches, wow. And we faint to Hail, fair enough. If you eat a berry that's essentially not supposed to, like, let's say for an example, this berry, if you have a negative or a hindering stat in attack and you eat that berry, you'll get confused. So you gotta watch out when you're putting those berries on your Pokemon. Don't necessarily nobody wants to bring in here. Maybe the Metagross, because it'd be pretty good against my team. So I'm gonna bring in the Marowak that will cover the Metagross switching in. And I can go for either a Swords Dance or a Boomerang into that. Lele, okay, that's fine. He's actually powering up my moves for my my Reuniclus in the back because I am a Psychidium Z. How many turns of Trick Room are left right here? 2 more turns of Trick Room. I don't think the Lele will actually be... let me see. Who's actually faster? I think the Abomasnow is faster on our side here. Oh, yeah, we're definitely faster than our Marowak. So we can really go for a Blizzard that should be able to take out the Spirit Tomb, and then we can go for the straight-up Boomerang into the Lele, because it could be Scarfed and it can't protect. We're going to find out on his turn, because if it isn't Scarfed, it should protect right here. And we're going to go for a Blizzard. It should do a good amount of chip onto the Lele. He has to, unless he has like Dazzling Gleam, he has to single target one of my Pokemon right here. But this Boomerang might be able to clean up the Lele. Yeah, I should be able to clean up the Lele. Okay. Yeah, so my team actually has a really good matchup against his team, be it that I am such hard Trick Room. And it looks like, other than maybe the Spirit Tomb, his team is pretty fast. Yeah, and an Agonadel comes in, so it's likely going to go for a Protect right here. I'm not going to go ahead and risk it. Well, it doesn't really matter. I'm just going to go for a Blizzard right here because it's really, really safe. I'm just going to go for another Boomerang. There's no point for me to reveal any information because I could have easily went for a Swords Dance right there. Been up +2. And then get the easy knockout. But Boomerang should be knocking out the Agonadel regardless, and I don't want to reveal any unnecessary information because he doesn't know I have Swords Dance. But he actually may know I have Swords Dance because when I was running alone on Marowak, Swords Dance was a staple on my bulky Marowak. So we're just going to go ahead and just... he's probably going to go for a Sludge Bomb into the Abomasnow and then hope that I miss my Boomerang. But then again, I have Psychidium Z on my... yeah, And he's going to knock that out. I could have went for a shard. Again, don't want to reveal any unnecessary information. Because even at +1 special attack, the Sludge Bomb shouldn't be able to take out... He's Life Orb, okay. Shouldn't be able to take out my Marowak, and this should be able to clean up the Naganadel. Yeah, cleanly. It had a second hit. I wasn't revealing any unnecessary information there again, because I did have the Reuniclus in the back, and I could have just went for a Psychic. Didn't even need to go for the Shattering Psyche. Reuniclus actually is pretty cool, because it has the Magic Guard ability, so even if you Leech Seed it, you Toxic it, weather doesn't affect it. Non-damaging attacks do not affect the Reuniclus, which is really cool because it doesn't take any damage from, again, the weather effects, toxic, lead seed, so it can basically sit around on the field and do a lot of damage. I do have Focus Blast and Psychic as the damaging attacks on my Reuniclus. I was thinking about putting Light Screen or Reflect on my Reuniclus just to bulk up the rest of my team, because this is a fairly bulky and slow team. Even if I don't get up Trick Room, I at least can set up a Light Screen to soak up some hits and get off some damage. I have Slicinium Z on it because if I were to feel threatened that I'm going to be taunted, I can go for a Z Trick Room, and my accuracy is raised so that I can go for 100%, well actually 105% accurate Focus Blasts on fighting type targets such as like Tyranitar. And Tyranitar can't Oko this Reuniclus because it is so bulky. It can with Arcanium Z, but then I could just bring in my Scrafty and then threaten it with the Drain Punch. The Hard Trick Room really won me that game, so I feel like I can safely lead the Reuniclus and the Stakataka. How does he counter that? I don't think he can, because if I have 2 Trick Room setters on the field, there's really nothing he can do about that, because majority of the Pokemon on his team, if not all of them, don't have double targeting attacks. Maybe that, other than the Typhlosion, which could have Heat Wave. Thinking to myself, like, I mean, what could he really do? I could bring my Scrafty in the front, honestly. Let's see, 56. It should be slower than that of the Spirit Tomb. I'm gonna bring Stakataka in the front. I'm gonna bring this in the back, and then I'm gonna bring. Do I want to bring? Reuniclus really did have a favorable matchup, so I'm not gonna switch it up. Now, I leave myself open to be checked, but I don't really want to switch this up. I was thinking leading the Scrafty in the front to put pressure on, to put Fake Out pressure on so that maybe it switches in a Lele switch in, because then I have my Stakataka on the field, and he's basically allowing me to get Trick Room. Even if he has the Spirit Tomb on the field, that's perfectly fine. But the Reuniclus really threatens his Naganadel. So I'm going to bring the Typhlosion in front. Okay. He's probably going to go maybe for like a Dark Pulse and a double attack into the Reuniclus. What do I want to do right here? Does he read into that and just go for an attack of the Stakataka? Because I easily can protect and then go for another Trick Room right here. Because if he lets me get up Trick Room, I go for another Rock Slide, and these 2 Pokemon are taking a lot of damage from that. I feel like the really safe play is to go for a Protectorate here. Although he can go for the double up into the Reuniclus, and I really don't want him to do that. So I'm going to go for a Trick Room right here. And then, so what does he go for? Maybe to double up into the Reuniclus. We're going to go for the Recover into the Reuniclus. I think he double targets the Reuniclus. For a Water Pledge. Oh, Fire Pledge. Okay, I should have seen that coming. Into the Reuniclus. Okay. We actually survive. And I think that doubles the chance, like the Rainbow doubles the chance of second effects occurring. And we get up Trick Room. Great. Because now we can go for a Rock Slide. And was the Greninja Protean? No, I don't think it was Protean. Because if it was Protean, I would have changed to a pure water type. Therefore, we would have been able to go for a Psychic type attack into it. Huh. Okay. So I'm gonna go for a Rock Slide, and then I'm gonna go for a Psychic into the Typhlosion. Let's see how this works out. If the Greninja goes for the Water Pledge into Stakataka, we'd already seen that it can't take us out. And we're going to be faster than the Greninja. The Greninja might actually be Scarfed, because it has Water Pledge. It wants to get the Water Pledge first, and then Typhlosion goes for the Fire Pledge. And none of them protect, so it might be Scarfed and Specs. That straight up takes out the Typhlosion, so the Psychic actually isn't going to be able to do anything, unfortunately, to the Greninja. We are going to get the Beast Boost, so we're going to get the Attack Beast Boost. He's probably going to go for the Water Pledge into the Stakataka. We're going to go for the Psychic, unfortunately, and the Greninja flinches. I'm not banking on these flinches. I'm really, really not. I'm not saying to myself, well, I need to get this flinch right here so I can get myself into a good spot. Because I don't need to get the flinch right there, because we had already seen that the Water Pledge doesn't knock out the Stakataka in this range. So I'm going to go for another Rock Slide. There's really no reason for me not to. And then, even if he goes for a, actually, do I want to bring my Marowak? Yeah, I'm going to bring my Marowak. Probably do a lot of damage. That Spirit Tomb covers a, Metagross switch in. And I'm just going to go for another Rock Slide. If it misses the Greninja, it's not the end of the world. I do have my, Bombardus Snow in the back. I have another 3 turns of Trick Room. All of my Pokemon outspeed every single Pokemon on his team. So, looking pretty good right here. We're going to bring a Reuniclus in, we're going to save it so that we can possibly go for an attack into the Naganadel. I don't think he brought that. I think the Metagross is pretty good against my team. So, we're going to get the Rock Slide off. This should be able to take out the Greninja, do a lot of damage to the Spirit Tomb, because we did get the special, the attack buff. And we got another attack buff, and this Spirit Tomb's not going to be able to take our Stakataka out. And, wow. Yeah, this is ridiculous. I'm seriously not banking on these Rock Slide flinches. I'm just going for it because it's Stakataka's best stab move, other than that of the Gyro Ball, and the Gyro Ball really isn't going to be doing too much to the Spirit Tomb. So at this point, I mean, there's really no reason for me not to go for a Gyro Ball into the Lele. So if it was Scarf Greninja, or maybe even Specs Greninja, okay, so it does. I was going to say, that's what I was about to say, that it's probably not Scarf Lele. So Lele is going to protect right here. Spirit Tomb might be going for like a last-ditch effort, nasty plot, but no, he's just going to go for damage into the Stakataka. Maybe get like a special defense drop, and we're going to go for the. Oh, actually, I shouldn't have went for that because it's going to proc his berry, but that's fine. We're going to have another turn at Trick Room left after this. He's probably going to have to get off like a triple protect, and then he confuses himself because it's not the berry that should have matched up with his set, fortunately. And then we have, yep, one more turn of Trick Room left, so he's probably going to go for a double right here. But we can pretty much, actually, the Spirit Tomb outsped our, Marowak, but that's fine. He's going to go for a double protect. He gets it, okay, alright, this is win con. And then we're going to go for the Gyro Ball into the Lele, and then we're just going to go for the straight up Boomerang into the Spirit Tomb. And he does get confused. Let's see if we can hit this Boomerang, because that's one thing we can do. We can miss it because it actually has a 10% chance to miss, and it's Lele versus the world. I never imagined that the match would go like this. This is absolutely, absolutely insane. Because when I was putting this team together, all the sets really aren't. So, pulling out the tech at the end of the game. Let's see if this will take out the Stakataka. It's likely going into the Stakataka. But I never imagined that this game would be this fast-paced. When I was putting together his team, I didn't think it was that good. This team is basically based off of James Beck's team that he was using on his channel. I basically substituted the... oh, it takes it out. Pretty cool. Basically, James Beck was using this team, and he had a... We miss. Bring in the Reuniclus right here. Let's go for another... I mean, I'm not going for another Trick Room. There's really no reason for me to. What I'm going to do is, I'm actually going to go for... Let's go for the... Let's go for the Shattered Psyche. Let's do it. Did we pick this? Alright, let's go for the Shattered Psyche. Pull out our tech now. And then I'm just gonna protect the Marowak. He's probably gonna attack into the Marowak. Just want to be 100% safe. Don't want to throw this game. He's going for Moonblast. Okay, so smart play. Let's see if this takes out the Reuniclus. I don't think it will. It gets a special attack drop though. And we pull out our attack and go for the Shattered Psyche. This is, at -1, Reuniclus' special attack actually is pretty damn good. Let's see how much this does to the Lele, because it should be enough for a, like, Boomerang follow-up, into the Lele, because it can't recover. I was getting sidetracked. This team is based off of... That does so much damage. That's at -1. Granted, we're in Psychic terrain, but holy crap. I was going to go for the Boomerang. I'll link the team that James Baek was using in the description below. Does it get the Marowak? Yeah, I specifically EV to survive that. Because regular... I mean, Alola Marowak has the same stats as regular Marowak. I'm going to link James Baek's team in the description below. I basically substituted the Reuniclus with the Jelly Scent with the Reuniclus, and I think that's it. I think everything else is the same. Reuniclus actually fits well into this team because you can go for Focus Blast into those fighting type attack Pokemon. It does really, really well. Doesn't necessarily do really well against Metagross, but at least can wall it. And it can't really get much damage against it with residual damage like the Leech Seeds and the Toxics. The Magic Guard doesn't let it do that and bypasses the weather effects. Anyway, that's going to be it. We are now 5-0. That was week 5 against John Valentino, aka Ryusei. You can check out the version of this battle on his channel. Link is in the description. He did it live as well. Hope everyone enjoyed this week. I hope everyone enjoyed this team. This team actually is a lot better than I thought it was. I didn't think it was very good when I was building it, but maybe it does have some potential because I know James Baek got to like the high 1800s with this team. Again, he had the Jelly Scent over the Reuniclus, but I like it. I really, really do like it. Anyway, guys, I do apologize for the lack of videos. Very busy. But I hope you do enjoy these EPL videos. I'll catch you all guys later. Have a great Sunday. Peace.